we are under contract with multiple. We're looking at the long term. On average, a person stays in their property 7 years. So I want you guys to listen. So if a person, these are real people, not in top 5 cities for appreciation value. That's the Metro Atlanta. When it comes to this real estate market, we cannot be compared to what is happening throughout. And we have entrepreneurs that are making the income to afford these houses. We have our couple, I like to call our corporate ladder climbers. That's what it is. Our corporate ladder climbers that are working for these major companies such as Google, Microsoft, Coca-Cola. All of those companies are headquartered here in the Metro Atlanta area. Those executives need a place to live. Where are they going to live? In a home, and they're going to buy it. So I say that to say, I'm not convinced that the Atlanta market is slowing down for single family properties. I am not convinced that, and then we have a projection of over 8 million people supposed to be moving to the Metro Atlanta area within the next couple of years. So why is it that the world, I don't want you guys to miss your mark and feel like, oh, I'm never going to be able to purchase a house. I'm just delivering and conveying the information as I have researched and as I have experienced, because right now I am experiencing this at a very high level. I am selling at a high level. I am managing the contracts of my agents, and I see my agents working with buyers every single day. Properties are getting sold every single day. We are not in the middle of this big thing, this room of doom that everybody keeps talking about, saying, oh, there's going to be this doom and the home prices are going to plummet. They're not plummeting from what I see. You know what is suffering? I'm going to give you guys some real game. It is townhomes and condos. The townhome and condo market, that market is not moving like it needs to. Even with fair pricing and excellent marketing, the townhome and condo market is the market that has slowed down. And I am really trying to figure out why. Because I'm like, where are the young entrepreneurs that may not have big families? Like, where are y'all living? Because that's what the townhomes in the city of Atlanta and the condos are for. So why are y'all not buying these houses? Have y'all decided that home ownership is no longer for you? Because more established families are the ones buying the single family homes. But the condos and the townhomes, those are really built for like those starter homes. My first property, the first house I ever owned was a townhome. And I feel like, I personally think, this is just my opinion, I personally think that the reason the townhomes and condos are not moving is because what's the generation? It's millennials and it's like Generation Z or something like that. Whatever that generation is behind millennials, you guys have stopped buying houses. Because generally speaking, condos and townhomes are for people in their 20s. Those are the people that buy those houses. And then when you get into your 30s and you get older, you buy a house. So I personally think the generation, you guys help me, what is that generation that comes after millennials? What's the name of that generation? Whatever you guys are, whatever your generation is, you guys stop buying the starter homes. Because the starter homes are the condos and the townhomes. You just stopped. And I am like, that's my conclusion to the whole thing. So if you're looking for a single family home, Generation Z, y'all stopped buying the starter home condos and townhomes. You guys are happily renting these luxurious high-rise apartments with these floor-to-ceiling windows, and you do not care about home ownership. I am convinced. Because millennials actually outpace everybody when it comes to home ownership. I'm a millennial and I am extremely grown. Y'all know I tell y'all all the time how grown I am. I am grown. I am grown, extra seasoning on my chicken, grown. I am seasoned. And in my big grown age, I desire to be in a home. My desire to be in a condo is very low, but it's also because I'm older and I'm married and all this and all this. So most millennials, even when they're not married, most of them have the desire to be in a home. But Generation Z, you guys are the ones that were supposed to close the gap for the townhomes and the condos, and you do not want it. You want to have the high-rise apartments in the city, and you don't want to commit to buying a home. And I just want to, and that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing. This is my experience as a person that's consistently selling real estate. This is my experience. And I say that to you guys to say, what if you are Generation Z, what is it going to take to convince you that home ownership is a great investment? Because you guys are the ones slowing down the train. Not all of you, but most of you. Now, outside of high interest rates and higher out-of-pocket expenses and what it takes to purchase a home, I do want to say, if you are shopping in the Metro Atlanta area, we are literally in the middle of what is going to be a busy spring season. I have a client I'm shopping with, and she is such a phenomenal client. She's spending above $1 million. So let's just say between $1 million and $1.5 million, that's what she's spending. And we've been shopping in the Midtown area, Midtown, city of Atlanta, looking at dope houses, super dope houses. And we found a house that she really liked, and she found another house she really liked. And at the top of the year, which is in January, we actually had time. The houses weren't moving. We thought we had time. You know, we kept seeing the house sit on the market. Literally in the blink of an eye, within the last week, out of the 3 houses we had our eyes on, 2 of them are now under contract. Both of them are now under contract. And luckily, the one that she really does like is still available. But I say that to say the market is shifting. I have, not only do I have multiple offers on my listings, I have backup offers on my listings. People want these houses. People are, so this whole notion that the real estate market is going to suffer and all this stuff. I build houses. So I'm in a different stage of my career. Someone is asking, do I have mentorship? I do offer mentorship. That mentorship is with my online training program, Agent Tools for Success. The link is in my bio. If you are interested, join. But I wanted to say, people are buying houses every day, and the market is not about to suffer because you decided, a small percentage of people decided that real estate or home ownership is no longer a priority for them, or no longer the best gateway for generational wealth. They're buying real estate because they know real estate is the fastest way to build generational wealth. So what can we do here? You know, there is so much information out here. You know what I think it is? And unlike back, let's say 10 years ago, there wasn't enough information. 5 years ago, new information started to come. 3 years ago, it was like the right amount of information. Now we have too much information. We are living in the age of information overload. And when there is information overload and you are getting different perspectives, because everybody has an angle. Everybody has an angle. Someone telling you not to buy real estate may have an angle to have you invest in something in their stocks. Or someone that's telling you that real estate is, don't buy your first house, just invest in my hedge fund and never buy a house that you live in, has an angle, because their angle is to get you to invest in their hedge fund and you not buy your first property. Everybody has an angle, and so what happens is the data is being skewed and the data is being watered down in order for everybody that has an agenda to push their agenda on you guys. And when the agenda gets pushed, what ultimately happens is you pause and you decide, I'm not going to do anything because I have too much information with too many options to help me do everything. So now I'm not going to do anything. That is what I think. And because even for me, when I bought my first house, what I love about buying my first house, if you guys don't know, I sold that condo. The reason I ended up selling that condo is because the HOA, my very first house, I rented it out, was making money on it, but then the HOA actually was behind on the HOA. And the second issue with my HOA for that condo is they no longer allowed me to rent it out. So they were fining me for renting it out. So I decided to sell it. Do you guys know that when I sold my first condo, we used that money to fund our development company, which is WRC Development. And I made about $100,000 on that sale. I think a little bit more than that. I'm gonna go back and look at the settlement statement when I sold my first house. I made about $120,000, something like that. I took that money and invested it into WRC Development. Since that day, my husband and I, we purchased land. We have built and sold 3 houses, and we are building 2 houses every quarter this year. And we have 2 houses that we've built and we're going to put on the market, all from a small seed that came from a property that I purchased many years ago. That is what we did with that money. And now I'm on the other side of it, and I'm really seeing how, money can be made on the building side. But that's because I made the investment on the first house and purchased a house that created equity so I could use that money to buy another house. Well, use that money to actually invest in more real estate, but I'm investing in my development company. So I say that to say, don't listen to what people say, watch what they do, because everybody has an agenda. Of course, my agenda is for you to purchase and sell real estate, but I also got to be really honest with you guys. I'm going to say the thing that y'all don't want to hear. I have a Rolodex, which is a book of business of clients that I do not have to convince to purchase and sell real estate. They already know the value. So I don't even need to try to recruit new people. I have sold over 300 houses in my career. I am close to 100 million in sales for a career in sales and real estate. So I say that to say, I'm not here to convince you. I'm just here to drop the knowledge. I just here to drop the knowledge. And most of you guys are saying, oh, I can't afford to work with you. I have a team. It's called the Q Watson team. The reason I told someone is not that I don't want to work with everyone, is that I'm one person and I do run multiple businesses, but I do have agents that are experienced, that are smart, that can lead you to the closing table. Whether you are a first-time buyer, second-time buyer, looking to get an investment property, like, as long as you reach out to my company, Watson Realty Co., you will be serviced, and you will be serviced in excellence, and you will be educated about your process, whatever that is, and you will make it to the closing table. So there is an entire team behind me. I have 2 licensed real estate professionals on my personal Q Watson team that are always accepting clients. I run a real estate company with 44 real estate agents. You mean to tell me out of 44 real estate agents, you cannot find someone? Tata, you keep asking this question, so let me respond. I do not only sell luxury, I sell houses to people that follow my processes and want to work with me. I hope that answers your question. I have never said that I only sell luxury. I have a house under contract right now that is $500,000. I have listings from $500,000 to over $1 million. If you are choosing to work with me and you follow my process, and we could get you onboarded, then I close the deal that's $400,000. It's, to me, luxury is not a price point, but it's also, I do have processes, and people have to follow those processes, and also make sure you're prepared to make your purchase, and all that good stuff. So wanted to answer that question, but I just wanted to get that off my chest. I'm almost to my, y'all got to stop thinking that everything is a scam. Let me tell you, can I give you an example of how I thought something was a scam? Drop a gem in the comments, and I'm going to tell you how I almost thought something that I'm actually working on right now was a scam, because I did put a gem inside of the comments, and I'm going to tell you what it is.